guys, it's TEW2016 here and welcome to another edition of TNA, Making an Impact, TNA series on, TEW2016, and today we have another pay-per-view. We have TNA Hard Justice, our August pay-per-view, where we kind of have a lot of good matches on show, a lot of storylines that have came a long way, a potential dream match in our main event, and a couple of debuts, because you know I love a couple of debuts. And as we're slowly trimming this roster to the way I want it to be, which unfortunately does mean a lot of WWE guys. So we have a few debutants today. I hope you guys enjoy who they are. And let's hope this is another step on the road to National. Let's take it away. So 15,951 at the Bilo Center in South Carolina. And we start the show with a hype video, just hyping our main event matches tonight for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Virgil Devitt versus AJ Styles. The best in the world, pretty much, in my opinion, at the moment, in WWE. B plus 86, so I've got them both in TNA, both have done well. Show off to a strong start, gets the crowd hotter. Segment continues, so good start to the show, hype video, pyrotechnics. Straight into our first match for the X Division Championship. And it had good wrestling. And a decent reaction from the crowd. And it saw TJ Perkins defeat Jay Lethal in 11:42 with a running single leg high knee strike, following a distraction from the bruiserweight Pete Dunne. TJ Perkins makes the third defence of the X Division Championship. So again, building him up with a shock win over Jay Lethal. B78. Both guys performing well in the match, got the crowd hotter, but keeping the championship on the cocky TJ Perkins and giving Pete Dunne a good bit of exposure on pay-per-view. Next up was that hardcore match, and it was a decent matchup that saw Abyss and Doomsday defeat the Hardys in 13:39 when Doomsday defeated Matt Hardy by pinfall with a chokeslam after a distraction from Raven. Just channeling my inner Vince Russo with all these interferences and distractions. But C65, some okay performances here because all these guys are pretty much veterans now. And near enough all in their 40s in game. And Kane's the 50s. Matt Hardy took a stunt bump during the match. The storyline advances. A dominant win for the dominant team of Abyss and Doomsday. The match style didn't suit the crowd's expectations, but I did want to put a little gimmick on it. And after the match, they were joined by Raven and the manager of Abyss and Doomsday. Just decided the three of them are going to beat down the Hardys to crack a statement. So it's C plus 67, dominant performance there. Raven was underwhelming. The Hardys go back to the drawing board, but how can they counter the dominant Abyss and Doomsday? Next up, we had an extremely short match where we saw Jesse defeat MVP in 3:59 with a stunner, D42. Simple match on pay-per-view to make Jesse Goddard's great again. Storytelling match of the show as well, and really just phasing MVP out. And MVP pretty much has lasted as long as the jobber I'm watching as an old NXT episode. So credit to WWE putting the old NXT episodes up on the network, as I've just seen Cassius Ohno destroy pretty much Joel Redman before he became Oliver Grey. So a little side note there, but a good win for Jesse, and MVP will be out the door very soon. Next up was about for the Knockouts Championship. It was a decent match that didn't have much heat, and it saw Rosemary defeat Becky Knox and Brittany Knight in 11:55 when Rosemary defeated Becky Knox with a roll-up, making the second defence of her Knockouts title. She was the weak link here, although a great opportunity for her against two moreover superstars. It was hopefully going to gain her a good bit of overness to help build the division. But a C minus 58, as I say, is a good rating. Just a few inconsistencies, but again, showing how open our Knockouts division really is. Next up, we've got Mike Bennett in the ring. Obviously, the whole situation with him and Brian Cage. Brian Cage got injured, so Mike Bennett is in the ring. He says he's not going to lose to anyone, so he's going to make an open challenge to face anyone on the roster in a singles match. That was a solid B minus 76. His challenge is accepted, and it's accepted by Chas Betts. The former Chad Gable is now in TNA as Chaz Betts, just his real name. However, Mike Bennett decides, whoa, 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 I don't want no piece of you tonight, and he retreats to the back. So it's a C-58. The plan was for Chaz Betts to defeat Mike Bennett, but Mike was furious because Betts isn't over enough. So we'll build him up and hopefully a bit of feud between these two down the line. But Chaz Betts is one of those debutants on the main TNA roster. Next up, we had the Tag Team Championships on the line, and it was about that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. And the BC defeated the American Wolves in 11:47 when Matt Jackson defeated Eddie Edwards by pinfall with a moonsault. The BC make their second defence of the Tag Team Championship, so they retain it. Very good matchup at B82, and all the competitors with solid in-ring performances, so very happy with that. Could have possibly been a bit better with more time. Next up, we had Chris Jericho in the ring, and he was with Adam Cole. Both these guys obviously don't have a match up tonight, but basically Jericho's just saying, what's your plans, Adam Cole, going forward? Have you finally got your feud over, or are you finished with Kenny Omega? And he's basically said he knows Kenny Omega is cleared from injury, so he's going to call that Punk out, and they're going to finish what they started. So B plus 88, it was just a chance to get Jericho on the pay-per-view, get a good rating, and for Adam Cole to then go one-on-one with Kenny Omega. And it was a good matchup that had decent reaction from the crowd. Kenny wins on his return, defeating Adam Cole in 17:53 with Croy's Wrath. C plus 71, again it's just this mod doesn't seem to rate Kenny Omega well, but it was way before the G1. So a good matchup there, good heat gained in the storyline. Not the best, but I suppose the storyline had been dead for a while, so that may have cost it in terms of a rating. But we can make them up in the future, we get some good matches coming up tonight. So Stu Barrett basically just says tonight's him versus Ricochet. Ricochet's get very lucky. No underdogs beating him tonight. He's going to knock him out with a bullhammer. And he does deliver this. It was a great matchup, decent reaction from the crowd, and Barrett defeats Ricochet in 10:33 with the Wasteland, B-74. Great chemistry with both guys getting a good in-ring performance of 68. But it was just showing, Ricochet's continually flip victories over Stu Barrett, but not to be tonight. Boom, says Barrett. Next up, we had the TNA National Championship on the line, and it was a superb wrestling match with good heat that saw Samoa Joe defeat Shibata in 17:45 by pinfall with a muscle buster. Samoa Joe becomes your new TNA National Champion. So B-75. Unfortunately, both guys were off their game, but they had good chemistry that lifted the matchup. So these two on song could look at a probably high 80 matchup. The reason we put Joe over, basically Shibata lost to Fergal Devitt, wins over Sami Callihan last week, but apart from that, never really does anything. He's been missing for ages, and this is just going to be another dent to his confidence. So Joe improves in technical skills. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And what lies next for Shibata, and what lies next for your new champion, Samoa Joe? And after the matchup, we have a little celebration from Samoa Joe, which gets a B-73, so nothing spectacular there. We then have AJ Styles hyping up his match with Fergal Devitt. He basically just says he's sick and tired of people saying that Fergal Devitt is the face of TNA. He's the man that was there at the start. He's come back to claim this, and an A93 promo is absolutely solid from AJ Styles. And the match itself, probably the average rating we are getting at TNA in a moment. It was an exceptional matchup, but it saw Fergal Devitt defeat AJ Styles in 22:34 with Shingata's Prince's Throne, and Devitt makes the 10th defence of the TNA World Heavyweight title. So B82, Devitt won 90, AJ won 84. Match deserved better announcing. The storyline lost a bit of heat, and I think that's what cost it a good bit. But overall, it was just to showcase two phenomenal athletes, and well, a B82 I think's okay. It's still going to get its pop in every region, so not going to complain there. And after the matchup, let's just have another debut. Fergal Devitt is there as champion, but we have a new debutant. He's here. Brother Wyatt is in the ring, beats down Fergal Devitt, and stands above him holding the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So Brother Wyatt is in TNA. 2 debutants for him and Chas Betts. A B plus 88 for this debut. Man on a mission gimmick, above rating, rating above average. Fergal came across well, but overall dominant. And a new face of fear. Run. Well, you can. So overall, B83, absolutely fantastic. Increased their popularity in 3 regions. Pretty much, I think you've got to go with Devitt and AJ. I think they could have done a lot better, but still happy with that. Both guys seem pleased. So overall, pretty good. That'll take us into September. And on the road to our next pay-per-view, which I can't remember the name of. I should know this, but for some reason, brain farts. Let's have a look anyway what's happened around the world. Hopefully there's no more people that are leaving WWE, so I don't have to be tempted to go and sign them. Hard Justice. We struck gold, so that's a good sign. 0.60 pay-per-view, 0.07 on TV. Fergal Devitt says Chas Betts is charismatic, future star. And Adam Cole agrees, so a good side that Chas Betts could be one of our future stars in TNA. Absolutely phenomenal. We made 978,000 profit, which is our second highest ever profit apart from May. So even though we are spending a good bit more on workers, quite considerably over previous months, our income and pay-per-view revenue is better. Our ticket sales are probably the highest they've ever been. TV revenue seems to be at a high continuous level, and yeah, things are good in TNA. Still Cult, Prestige at 47, Momentum 84. We're starting to get, not just places above 65, but fairly high over them. So it's really focusing on places where we're not particularly over. But overall, good pay-per-view. It's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. What did you think of the results? Do you feel it was a good show? Do you feel like in each match the right man won, or do you feel maybe the show went in a different direction? How would you have booked certain events? What do you think the future holds for Chas Betts? What do you feel the future holds for Bray Wyatt as well? And when do you think we're going to hit national? That's the big question. And also, our next pay-per-view is only 2 weeks' time, and it is No Surrender, which gives us a good build to Bound for Glory. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. It's deeply appreciated. Any comments on the show, as I said, are deeply appreciated, and I will answer back as many as possible. Same again with, as I say, any thoughts on wrestling in general, how you feel the build to WrestleMania is going in real life, and how your own TW sales are going. Are you still enjoying it? What mods are you using? You get any skins you'd like to recommend I could try out? Make the, freshen up a little bit the game and freshen up the YouTube series a little bit. Yeah, let me know about that as well. Any shares, likes, subs, you name it, all deeply appreciated. And as always, you can catch more content every Tuesday, every Friday for TEW2016, and every Sunday for the WWE series. We still have on the WWE front going forward. We have the Women's Championship Tournament happening this week. We have the World Grand Prix coming up on Wednesday, I believe, which will leave. So we get an extra video next week, and that also means we'll be having Survivor Series on WrestleMania. And when we get to it, we're going to have a couple of videos down the line documenting the full WWE roster I've got, alongside the top 500 wrestlers in the world, and a tour of all my development as well. But thanks always, guys, for watching. Much appreciated. Of course, you can see more of the game on the Grey Dog software forums. Written stuff there, a lot of good Be the Booker diaries, a lot of good just guys sharing their stories, and it's quite good to bounce ideas off people and inspire your own saves, so definitely check them out. Games available there, demo and the full game as well. And for more YouTube stuff, for more written stuff, you can catch a lot of good bookers on the Fantasy Booker subreddit. They'll have links to their videos, written stuff there. Definitely check it out, it's a good little hub for some more information and fun on the game. Apart from that, see you next time. Bye bye, guys.